The first half of the Major League Baseball season is over, so we are going to go through all 30 teams in Major League Baseball and give them a grade. This is different than ranking how well they're doing this year. This is about expectations coming into the season, how the teams performed in the season, and what we expect moving forward. Before we get going into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content on the Windup. Big shout out to all our members who get access to the video early. And of course, big shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks. You'll hear more from them later. James, where do we want to start? What division we want to go with first?
I was going to say let's go pure natural alphabetical order.
With the names of the teams?
Off the cuff. Arizona Diamondbacks, start them up.
Okay, I got to find them on my sheet of where I wrote down. Arizona Diamondbacks.
If you rank divisionally, we could do divisionally, but I feel like a video like this, I like that you mentioned at the top, we're grading every team on a curve. I think it's the most meritocratic way possible to go right down the line.
All right, fine. We'll go alphabetical. You're just going to have to tell me what comes next, so I'm not going to have that up.
Okay.
Diamondbacks up first, 49-47 at the All-Star break, 2.5 games out of the wild card. I think they've had a completely fine year. Like a team that we thought was going to be possibly horrendous this season is not horrendous. I don't think they're good, but to me, the Diamondbacks are a good, solid B. Like they're playing better than expectations, and they're still in it.
Yeah, they're definitely still in it. They're playing good baseball on a daily basis. Still have the weird Diamondbacks things that always happen. Like you flip to a Diamondbacks game at 10:45 p.m. and it's the craziest situation you've ever seen in your life. There's a second reliever of the inning. There's second and third one out, and a 4-run game that eventually gets tied. But just for keeping their heads above water, I'm with you on B.
I saw a funny tweet. I don't know if it was from Yankees World or if it was from like Icy Vert, like one of the Twitter people in the sports community talking about like, do the Diamondbacks ever play any road games? It feels like every single time you see a Diamondbacks highlight, they're playing at Chase Field.
No, and those are great games at Chase Field every single time. And they're still doing this without Ketel Marte doing a ton this year. Geraldo Perdomo has taken a monster step back. Like you look at who's pitching and who's in the lineup most days, and you're like, how on earth is this team above 500? And they are.
No, it's a bad roster. It is objectively a bad roster, and they're above 500, which, good for them. I think that's a B, and this is a team that at the deadline could make some additions, try to sneak into one of those final playoff spots.
Oh, if this was an American League team, they'd have the playoff spot almost locked up.
Might be one of the favorites.
So next up, alphabetically, are the Athletics. And this
Athletics,
this is going to be a brutal grade because, 3-4 weeks ago, the Athletics were one of the feel-good stories of the league. They were kind of bouncing around first place in the AL West with, at the time, I think it was still the Rangers and the Mariners hanging around 500. All of a sudden, this team has cratered. They have come crashing, not even back to earth. They've gone through the crust of the earth into the center of it. They look like one of the worst teams in baseball right now. And it's a real big shame for a team that, again, was someone that we're really excited to watch up until only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, the pitching has been absolutely putrid, which does line up with it getting hotter in Sacramento and then thus making it harder to pitch in that minor league baseball park. Yeah, they've been really bad. They're 1-9 in the month of July. They started off April great, 16-10.
And they lost their first 4 of the season.
Yes, and they lost their first 4. So they really went 17 out of their next 27. Then they went 11-17, 12-15, and they're 1-9 to start July. It's been an absolute mess. You mentioned it, a team that we were super excited about because of all the young players, but it's a D for me, not an F, because I think we were probably not expecting them to be like a guaranteed playoff team, but this is a disappointing season without a doubt.
Dude, they are 3-17 their last 20 games heading into the break, and they've only won one game in the last 2 full weeks. And that one game came against the Dodgers. Funny enough,
What are they, the Mets?
Basically, I mean, they played like the Mets for the last month. 9-game losing streak heading into the break against the Marlins, the Tigers, and the White Sox. And
I mean, you see these games that they're losing, and it's when they're home, they're pitching 7 runs, 9 runs. Then they're home again, 9 runs, 9 runs. They win one game against the Dodgers, home against the Marlins, 12, 7, 9. It's kind of impossible to win when the pitching's this bad.
And their 6-game losing streak just now on the road trip to close the break. They're run scored in every game. 2, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1.
So it's the combination of bad pitching and bad offense at the same time. It's not going to work, and that's why they are 14 games under 500, and they are getting a D for me.
I'm going to give them an F because to go from 500 to one of the worst teams in baseball in 3 weeks that's abominable.
Who's next?
Next to the Braves.
But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. Use our code HMA to get $50 in lineups instantly as soon as you play your first $5 lineup. So click the link in the description right now, download the Prize Picks app, and make sure you use our code HMA to get in on this offer. Because Prize Picks is so easy to use. Simply select more or less on a few different players' stats, lock them into your lineup, and then see how you do. For my picks today, I'm going with more than half a goal for Kylian Mbappe. Again, Spain in the the World Cup. I'm going to also go with more than half a shot on target for Lamine Yamal because he's a beast. And then let's get a little bit crazy, more than 1.5 shots on target by Michael Olise because he's so good. What's also great is that PrizePicks is available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and even New York. So what are you waiting for? Download the PrizePicks app right now by clicking the link in our description, and remember to use our code HMA when signing up to get $50 in lineups instantly as soon as you play your first $5 lineup. Remember, only play if you can play responsibly and have the means to do so. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it. I mean, you got to give him an A, right? It's still an A?
I think it's an A. I think it'd be fair considering how locked up this division seemed in the middle of May to now how much of a fight is going to be with them, the Phillies, and the Marlins going forward the rest of the season. I would just A- them because they built themselves such a cushion, and it's not their fault. There's been tons of injuries, but it's hard to look at some of the guys on this team who you haven't gotten much out of, and I'm looking squarely at Austin Riley when I say that, to really be able to say, yeah, this team is like definitely a bona fide contender in the National League.
Yeah, I don't think they're a contender, but I think based on the injuries and based on the fact that like they still are in first place at the time of recording, you're probably right. It's probably more A-y than it is like a hard A. It's going to depend how this next month goes and what their trade deadline looks like, because the current version of the Atlanta Braves, like we said in our tier list, this is not a World Series contending team as it currently stands.
No, you get those weird shades of the Mets from last season where the first 8 weeks of the season were so good, and all of a sudden it's like, how much 500 baseball are you going to play before we have to start to think of you more like that than the team that gave us the great first impression this season?
Yeah, and maybe just injuries and guys coming back are the big part of it, but a lot of these guys aren't coming back, so who knows?
No. Next up, Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, man. Okay, so I gave the Baltimore Orioles a D. Reason being, they're still theoretically in it because the American League is such a fucking joke. And I do think that their expectations, at least in my opinion, were not as high as some of the other teams in this division. I thought that they were the fourth best team going into the league, or going into the year in the AL East. They're currently in fourth place. I just thought that they were going to be better than what they are, and it has been a down season overall from a lot of guys, including Gunnar Henderson. I can't give them the benefit of the doubt right now.
I kind of want to give them a little more of the benefit of the doubt just because I, for some reason, always have a soft spot for this team, but also because they've played much better ball in the last month. And right now, the vision is coming to fruition where Kyle Bradish, recently Shane Baz, and Trevor Rogers are all pitching well every 5 days. I've been impressed by how they've been able to stand up to the loss and then re-loss of Ryan Helsley between like what's become, I'm not going to call him a three-headed monster, but Kittredge, Tyler Wells, Rico Garcia is like it's become a nice back end of the bullpen. Like this is a team that all of the trash that's trapped in the American League wildcard race, they could rise up if they keep getting pitching like that. Like a team we're going to talk to literally next. Like if I thought about the futures and the fortunes of the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox from this point forward, I think I would maybe consider taking the Orioles.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of put them in the same. I think they both kind of just stink and aren't as good as we thought they were going to be. And I thought the Red Sox were going to be much better, which is why the Red Sox get a D- for me. They don't get an F because same thing. If you're kind of still relatively in the playoff race, I can't give you a full failure of a season and being half a game out of the wild card. Like that would be absolutely insane. Yeah. It's not a good year, but they've turned it around. It just took a little bit longer than the Red Sox fans probably hoped. The All-Star break happening, devastating. You just want to keep playing baseball every single day for the Red Sox right now.
Yeah. So I'll similarly give the Orioles a D. Then also I probably would do the same for the Red Sox. But again, the Red Sox being the hottest team in baseball, we just watched the Red Sox play weekend series against the Mets. And
it's not a good team.
They're not like inspiring in any way. They still seem like one of the worst lineups in baseball day in and day out. And the pitching is quite good and the bullpen's become quite good. But I still see them as a team that will sell for parts at the deadline anyway.
Where like I think Trey Chapman?
Yeah, where I think the Orioles are a team that will not move much, maybe besides Taylor Ward, but he's been pretty poor anyway. The Orioles are just like, it's so disappointing what's happened to Jackson Holiday.
There's no development in one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks for a left-handed hitter. It's just nothing's come out of him, which is shocking. To the point where, Blaze Alexander just got hurt, and we've got beef with him and the Royals, which is awesome. I love to see that. But Jackson Holiday is just like, you don't even really want to play him every day sometimes.
No, Blaze is awesome. Colton Cowser's had a better season as well, at least under the hood. It's not really translated a ton to on-field production yet, but he's been much better defensively, and he's hitting the ball quite hard. I think at some point he does come through and become a valuable player. Two odd baseball teams, a division where the other teams seem so much better than them.
And again, I think a lot of this, too, we have to remember the curve, so maybe we are being a little bit harsh on these two teams. The American League just sucks, but also It's even worse than that. You're under 500
Yeah, way worse than that. But
with
again,
the teams that you have.
they're all still in it. It makes the trade deadline so muddy as well because like the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Astros, the Tigers, these are all teams that are so bad they should be selling, but they're all within 4 games of a wild card spot. And you're not even close to that. Even the A's, who we just destroyed, who are 3-17 in their last 20, are only 6 games out of a wild card spot. Like it's not. Somehow all of these teams are alive, and that's with a team like the White Sox, who looks like they have a chance to like. They're never going to run away from the Guardians because the Guardians are just they don't die. Like the Rangers are terrible, and they're leading a division by multiple games.
Yeah, it's a weird league for sure, the American League, and it's great. This is why David Stearns thread the needle. Tactical bad Mets season, so we could trade off pieces and get more.
Perfect timing. We'll get to them in a little bit, but to the National League now. One of the most exciting, interesting teams of the first half, the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, I put them at a B because I think the expectation was for them to be the best team in the National League Central going into the year. They're close. They've had major ups and downs. This is a team that we thought would be actually very even keel throughout the year, is finding a way to do that, but in the wrong ways. Win 9, lose 9. Win 9, lose 9, which puts them, they're still very good, but I can't give them an A when they're not even in first place in their division with the biggest payroll.
I still kind of want to almost give them an A. I'll give them an A- just because I can't even believe how many pitching injuries they've withstood and stood up to.
It is shocking.
Like they're right now, IL rotation would be one of the better rotations in the National League, led by Justin Steele, Cade Horton, Ben Brown, Edward Cabrera, Jameson Taya. That's a quality 5 right there.
That's exactly
very quality 5.
I don't know if that's one of the top 5 in the National League.
I think it's top 5 in the National League. I would take the Brewers, Phillies, Dodgers definitely over them.
I would take the Pirates over them.
Yeah, I would take the Pirates over them. That's 4.
I would take Dodgers, Phillies, Brewers, Pirates.
You just got stuck.
I did just get stuck. It might be them. They might be number 5. All right. Ooh, wow. Top 5 rotation.
Also, like Daniel Palenti has barely pitched this season. Like it's crazy what right now they're running out a closer tandem of Jacob Webb and Trent Thornton.
It is kind of insane.
With Ryan Rolliston and Caleb Thielbar, and they're still managing to win games. Like the Brewers are a force of nature, and they don't lose. But I give this Cubs team a lot of credit, and I still think we can get them into a playoff series. And they have, especially with Pico Armstrong looking like, let's see if he can do it for 2 halves, but being a super duper star. Like this is a good baseball team, a team that's played well overall in the first half.
All right, who's up next?
Next up are the Chicago White Sox, of course.
Oh, I mean, that's an easy A. One of the easiest ones of the entire video. I think anything else but an A is just you didn't watch baseball. You're not paying attention.
It's one of the best stories in the entire first half. I'm especially impressed that without Muntaka Murakami for the last 6 weeks, they played 500 ball, kept themselves in it. He comes back, big sweep of the A's over the weekend to go into the break on fire. And this is a team, again, absolutely in position to win their division and get like a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
I don't know if I love or I hate this, but the fact that their home road splits are so violently different between it. Like at home, they're 31-17. On the road, they're 19-28. So they're the White Sox on the road, and they are the Dodgers at home, which is kind of funny. Better home record than the Dodgers. The funniest thing about this is like because they're such a young team, I feel like they literally just go off of like the energy and electricity that's been on the south side of Chicago because they're packing that place up. The fans are showing up, which is really cool for a young team. I just hope the organization continues to move forward because they had one of the best drafts. They're in such a good position to actually build a sustainable winning team.
I think they will, and I think they are. Like I think this front office and organization sees the opportunity they have this season, especially considering the weakness of their own division and the Central. And also, I think it's really, really encouraging the way that Davis Martin won, but I think in a much more real way, Sean Burke has turned himself into a much better pitcher this year. Extension king, getting huge heat in that velocity, pitching with just unbelievable amount of balls and confidence. Like he Pitching Ninja put up a cool video of his start. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday, where I want to say it was the A's game. So Friday, don't quote me though, but his last start going into the break, pitch calm, 2-strike, called for a fastball, and he got a little grin in his face. And he just buzzed 198 right down the middle, froze the hitter. And I was like, oh, that's a guy that really believes in himself right now, one that also should. And again, Murakami coming back, Vargas, Montgomery, Antonacci, like that's a fucking crew right there. And
all-star Tristan Peters.
Dude, Tristan Peters, he hit a cycle on Friday where he did the triple and the home run the same inning.
It's crazy how that guy plays baseball.
I love that guy. He's a monster. Like this is a fun team. Grant Taylor is now finally actually the closer, it seems like, and that's just in a bullpen that's a little chaotic but kind of good. Like that now shores it all up. They make 2 more moves, get another reliever, get another starter. Like this team is ready to actually roll.
That's a team that could contend in the American League if they do.
Very much. Firm A, if I mentioned it before.
Yeah, easy A.
Cincinnati Reds.
This one's going to be... Okay, I actually didn't give them an F because I didn't think the team was good to begin the season at all, and they're not good. I think that that's on the ownership. They just don't spend money. We talk about how badly this team could use $40-50 million more on the payroll, and they're probably a playoff team, but they're not because they have below league average players at almost every single position. They're kind of doing what I expected them to do, so it's a D.
Yeah, they're definitely doing worse than I expected. I thought they'd be more of a fringy playoff team, but that was also considering the fact that I thought Hunter Green was going to pitch and thought Lodolo wasn't going to be awful, then get another blister, which is really hurting them. And again, like you said, no depth whatsoever, so can't stand up to any of this nonsense. So it's a D for me as well, sadly. But nice steps forward from young players. Like
yes. You can take positives out of this season. Chase Burns is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Elio De La Cruz is one of the best players in baseball.
Sal Stewart broke Frank Robinson's record of most home runs by a Reds rookie in franchise history. That record stood for like 70 years. So that's really cool. And then but it's still sad to keep watching like Noelvi Marte, Matt McClain, these guys not take the steps, not have that many internal replacements, and know you're not going to get that many reinforcements from the outside.
No, it's a bad team. It's what it is.
Yeah, bad team. Next up, we have the Cleveland Guardians.
Okay, I gave the Guardians a B because you're not in first place when you probably should be, but also I guess you're tied for it, but in the loss column, you're one behind, you're one ahead in the win column. I don't know. They're playing okay. They're playing, as the football fans will say, like haram ball. That's what the Guardians are doing in baseball, where it's just like, it's not fun baseball to watch. It's not sexy by any means. They don't score any runs. They also don't give up any. They beat you on the margins, and they're going to make the playoffs. This lineup is so horrendous that it's a big plus to Stephen Vogt and the Guardians team for winning games despite how horrible this team is offensively.
But they're going to get Jose Ramirez back.
Which helps.
And when they had Jose Ramirez in the lineup this season, they were about a league average offense, which is amazing that one player can hold it up so much on his shoulders, but he can. And there was a game a month ago where Jose Ramirez, Angel Martinez, and Chase DeLauder all broke bones in the same game.
It's crazy.
And those were the top three hitters in their lineup that game, which is kind of shocking. DeLauder's back. He's on fire again. And Paul Hembekides from ESPN. Did I botch that Greek pronunciation?
No, that was pretty good.
I'll take that one. Dropped an amazing stat about the Guardians. This happened to the Rays last year. It seems like this always happens to a team that is slightly overperforming expectations. They've only had 5 pitchers start the game this season.
What?
Gavin Williams, Parker Messick, Tanner Bybee, Joey Cantillo, Slade Ciccone. That's it. Those
That's crazy.
Those are the only guys who've taken the ball in the game. Not one guy has missed a start. And Messick, awesome. Gavin Williams, awesome. Joey Cantillo, crazy step forward lately. He's kind of reworked his changeup a bit. Now that pitch has become like a true third option, like with the fastball and the curveball against righties. He's mixing them like evenly in every count. It's just a spin the wheel for righty, what you're getting from Cantillo. He's gotten 6 straight starts before the break, not allowing more than 2 earned runs. Bybee looks like he's a little bit back. Ciccone is a fine 5. He's not really wowing you, but again, as a 5, that's a 5. I like this team, and I like this staff a lot. And I think when Ramirez comes back and when they do their classic, we're trading for an outfielder at the deadline, like you suddenly, like Rocchio looks good, Bazana, DeLauder, Manzardo. Like it's enough with J-Ram, and you need to make one trade for a bat. Where again, I could see this team making an issue for a team in the playoff series.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, you're a guard tather. You're a landlocked tather.
Yeah, you're a flyover state. Congratulations, Cleveland. I just hate Cleveland. I don't like that. That city sucks. Sorry, Guardians fans.
Ohio.
Love J-Ram though. Love J-Ram.
Ohio forever. Cleveland, slept on city. It's a fun time for sports.
That's an awful city. Stop.
No, I love it. I spent a good amount of time in Cleveland in college. Nice place.
Hey, what did Joakim Noah say? He's like, no one's wants to go vacation to Cleveland.
That's not untrue, but I'm telling you, if you have a beer or two, you get a sandwich, you watch your game, you'll have an amazing day in Cleveland.
I can do that anywhere.
Just like Cleveland.
Ugh, whatever. But I give them a B.
Next team, Rockies.
Okay. I'm gonna give the Rockies a crazy grade here. I'm gonna give them a C.
I was also leaning C because you expected them to be the worst team in baseball, but they're the worst team in baseball competitively.
They're using computers. That's a huge boost. There's some sort of higher level thinking than writing on, single ruled paper with pen and pencil.
Yeah,
but
no graph paper.
Yeah, no graph paper. Hunter Goodman's great. The TJ Rumfield find from the Yankees, great. He's been fantastic this year. Mickey Moniak continues to play good baseball. Jake McCarthy's been awesome. Like, I don't know how sticky Jake McCarthy's play is, but in Colorado, he's a perfect player there. Kyle Karros has had a good year. You can look at this team and find pieces that can be a part of a Rockies team moving forward where there were a lot of questions about who's going to play these positions this season. So you kind of have questions answered for next year, which is great. The pitching is still an absolute joke, but it's never not going to be. I don't know how you fix that.
Cole Carrick also has come up and
Yes.
been awesome so far. And I think with the changes now in the Rockies internally, I'll even give them a full leather grade boost up if they actually sell some of these players at the deadline.
Would be huge. Like, you're not going to trade. Who would you sell?
I would definitely sell Jake McCarthy. And
Moniak, right?
maybe not Moniak. I don't know. Moniak is awesome. Like I would have to get the haul for Moniak.
He's a free agent at the end of 2028.
That's what I'm saying. And take like Hunter Goodman's coming up in trade rumors right now. He's not a guy I think you can sell.
I don't
You
think
have, I think 4 more years of control on him. But I think that Jake McCarthy is like and same with he's had a great season, bad month, but great breakout season. The bullpen, Antonio Sensatella has actually been a quality reliever. When's the last time the Rockies had a quality reliever, like a true quality reliever?
Justin Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
No, a while.
Yeah, so I mean, even Herget, Vodnik, I think these guys will all be available at the deadline. They've coaxed a little bit more effectiveness out of Jordan Romano, so before those blow-ups happen, get off him as well.
I wonder if Ryan Feltner's name that gets moved, because his numbers have been good this year. Is this the time to just cash in and be like, the best we're going to see out of Ryan Feltner's a 4.5 ERA. He's got years of control. Maybe a team that doesn't play in Colorado gives him some value.
He's still not missing many bats at all. And again, it might be Colorado. It might be kind of thing where a team has to see the stuff, figure out how the stuff will move at their altitude, and be like, maybe we actually can get a league average pitcher. But it's a big decision coming for the Rockies is who they wind up selling. Because like you said, you can squint and actually see building blocks on this team, which is cool.
See process for the first time ever. So yeah, that's why I'm going to give him a C. I'm going to be positive for the Rockies. It's actually a good year to get a C.
Detroit Tigers.
Tigers D. I mean,
yeah.
I know they're still relatively in it, just like the Orioles. Ooh, man, I just got burps from eating Chinese food. Sorry about that. And the and the Red Sox. But like also at the same time, we thought they were going to win. We're a World Series team in the American League, and they still could be, but like they're not right now.
I don't know who's going to be the World Series team in the American League. In the National League, when we know with like 90% confidence who it will be, the American League, I can't tell you that any of these teams really look like it's going to be them, especially with all the nonsense right now with Aaron Judge not knowing when he's coming back. But
we also talk about it with the Tigers too. Like, it is shocking to see that they're 44-52 because like you do look at their lineup, you're like, Riley Green's having an awesome year. Kevin McGonigal rocks. Dylan Dingler, career season. Kerry Carpenter still hitting well. And then on the pitching side, like Kendrick Montero having a 3.3 ERA. Incredible. Casey Mize, 2.7. Derek Skubal's great. Troy Melton's been fantastic. How is this team losing games like they are?
This team makes a lot of untimely mistakes, and they have a Tigers fan would I think tell you that they sometimes have poor situational hitting late in games. Also, that month without Skubal destroyed them, but based on their run differential from MLB.com, their expected wins losses are 51 and 45. That would be half of game behind the White Sox in the Central. Instead, they're 44 and 52. So I think this is a team that naturally will trickle up as the season goes on. Just not sure if they have enough time to do it, but like you said, like I'm find myself way more excited about the Tigers than I feel like I should be for a team that's played. Troy Melton's been awesome. Casey Mize has taken a step forward. The bullpen's kind of more of a question mark than we ever thought it would be heading in. Kenley Jansen's getting hit very hard. Kyle Finnegan is not missing as many bats. Drew Anderson's been
What do the Tigers lack in that bullpen, James?
a closer?
Little velo. They don't got much of it out there.
Yeah, they don't have much of it at all. I think Anderson has thrown a bit harder this year as he's moved into like this multi-inning fireman guy. He has been a bit of a saving grace. He's had some kind of rocky roads to get there, but he's actually missing bats. I'm with you in giving this team a D, but they're one I'm not quitting on yet.
Oh, I'll never quit on the Tigers, especially when I made my prediction that they'd win the World Series. So they better step the fuck up.
They're going to maintain here. I really just don't think they're going to trade Skubal, which is very funny.
I don't think they are either, which is great for Mets. All right, who's next?
Who's next after the Tigers? Houston Astros.
I gave the Astros a C.
This is just because you didn't expect much?
I didn't expect much, and I was definitely more negative on the Astros going into the season. I think a lot of people, like almost anybody, I was like, this lineup's great, but the rest of the team's horrendous, and even then it was a flawed lineup, I felt.
I'd convince you in the lineup being great.
Yeah, I had them at like 11th. You had them at like 4th or whatever you had them at.
Yeah. And again, I was even going to go a little lower. I was going to give them a D just because how rough it's been lately, and I think how poorly they've managed elements of this roster. Like the fact that they went into the season with one too many infielders and couldn't figure it out, and then actually have gotten good play from all of them. Just Carlos Correa is, of course, injured. Who could have seen that coming, taking that entire contract? Payne has missed ton of the year. Paredes has been hot and cold. Jose Altuve is the swan song. But, like, The way that Alvarez has tied the whole thing together, and the fact that they actually have discovered relative pitching depth, especially for
Yes.
Peter Lambert out of fucking nowhere. Nice
Former Rocky.
fastball shape. Yeah, good. I think he was cut even this offseason by the Astros before they picked him back up. And the way he's taken steps forward, gotten through some really ugly bullpenning early in the season to be a relatively competent team. Like, this team won't die, and I give them credit for that. So maybe my D was harsh. I'll go see.
He was released by the Astros March 24th, and then they signed him on March 27th. This guy was available.
It almost feels like an accident that he became this good. But I'm looking at Cam Smith to take a step forward, because I always will be looking at Cam Smith to take a step forward. And then just Walker's been nice. Like, Payne, when he's on the field's been nice. Like, this team will not die. They won't do it. And I give them credit.
They won't
for that.
die. C. Next up.
C. Next up after the Astros, Kansas City Royals.
F. That's just a quick one. We don't have to talk too much on them. Bobby Wood Jr. and Jack Cagg are basically the only things to be excited about there. Everyone else sucks.
And still Carter Jensen
too.
Yeah, this is a bad season. Similarly, Salvador Perez. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's time for him to stop playing baseball as much as he is.
Yeah, one of the most disappointing teams in baseball, who you definitely should be questioning process-wise, as well as the Angels.
Yeah, I mean, F. That's another clear, easy F. I know I'm an Angels hater, but being 38-59 in the American League is shocking. To have a worse record than the Colorado Rockies, who play in a better league, better division, is shocking. The Angels don't do a single thing right. I'm willing to say that. There's not one thing in the entire organization that is done well or correctly.
No, it's a shame, too, because there's so many exciting players on here. You think, like, you're kind of a step or two away from a lot of exciting outcomes. And, like, Zach Neto's become a really weird boomer bust 3 true outcome guy, which I don't really love for him.
And bad defense at shortstop.
And one of the worst base stealers in the league this year. I think he's like 11 for 19 as a base stealer, which is just, how could that
That's so bad.
How could that be possible? And like, even like Josh Lowe's come back lately, he'll be kind of fun, I guess. Like, Joe Adell's taking another step back after the breakout last year. Soriano, thank you for the Linsanity run, but it's sad. Reed Detmers and Walbert Urania are so close to becoming really good starting pitchers, and they always just can't really get over that hump. Like, it's a very frustrating team to like be a part of.
Yeah, I don't know, like, from the Angels fans who get on me specifically about how I talk about this team, like, what are you watching? Please let me know. What are you watching that makes you think that there's something to be positive about with this team and organization? Because it just doesn't exist. Again, like, Zach Neto is well, he's not your best player. Mike Trout's your best player, but he's 34, so have fun with that. Zach Neto being your second best player, he is a very good hitter. There's no doubt about it, but we can't pretend like he's improving at the rate that we would hope. He loves to hover around this top 10 shortstop, which is great if you have other good players around him, but you don't. So, like, what is this team supposed to be? What do you want them to be? How do you think there's a positive in this season?
And like, you've already fired your general manager, but you have the same problem with ownership. It just doesn't seem like it's going to really go away.
Yeah, and it is completely Artie Moreno's fault. As long as Artie Moreno's there, nothing will change. So that's where I feel empathy for Angels fans as a former Wilpon person. But, like, I mean, even like the Grayson Rodriguez trade, he looks absolutely fucking horrible. There's not many redeeming qualities to this team.
Dude, his last start, he just quit breaking balls. He didn't throw any. He was just
Like, who's
fastball
telling him
changeup.
that? Yeah.
He forced one swing and miss and he got 0 strikeouts.
Like, they fucked Ryan Johnson, too, because they forced him up when he clearly still isn't ready. I don't know what this organization's doing.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do either. But next, Dodgers.
A. Simple. Don't need to talk about them anymore. Next.
Yeah, I mean, really good. I'll give him credit for, like, guys taking steps forward. You know, like, Andy Pajes looks really good. After the way he played in the postseason. Robleski's a fucking all-star. He's incredible. Like, I was worried about, like, Andy Pajes cratering after the way last season ended. He's gotten so much better. He's awesome. The rotation is just ridiculous. And, like, Sheehan still can't get going. And like, there's been no Glass now. There's been no Blake Snell. And they're still just unstoppable. Tanner Scott looks better than Edwin Diaz, who actually will be coming back soon. They're just ridiculous.
Kyle Tucker's been terrible and no one cares.
He's popping back up, though.
Yeah, he's getting closer, but he ain't being worth the way he's getting paid.
No, but they don't care. Who cares?
No, of course not. I wouldn't care either.
Some 2 fun ones I'm excited next for. Miami Marlins.
Oh, Miami Marlins, A+. This is one of the best of the entire season. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to continue to be as hot as they have, because that's not really possible, but this is a playoff team. This is a team that's playing like a playoff team, and I can't wait to see what they do at the deadline.
This is very much actually a good team. It sucks that their momentum was killed heading into the break. They got swept by, who was it? That was the Phillies? No, yeah, was it Phillies? No, it was the Guardians. They lost to the Guardians, got swept by the break after their 6 consecutive wins. But
like, this is where I think me and you differ on the Marlins, is I think that they are a playoff team, but I don't think that they're this team like waiting to burst through. I think that's just because that third wild card spot, that's totally perfect for them. Because, I mean, you still look at this team. Otto Lopez is awesome. Xavier Edwards is awesome. I like Kyle Stowers, and we like Liam Hicks. Like, there's good pieces there. I still think the edges are not that good to beat some of these other teams in the National League. In the American League, they'd be the best team.
I think the edges in the lineup aren't as good, but I'm impressed by the edges that they found both in their rotation and especially their bullpen. Like Michael Peterson coming off a World Baseball Classic for Great Britain has been one of the most nails relievers in baseball.
What does Michael Peterson do, James?
What does he do?
Throws hard. Throws like 98, 99.
He does throw hard. Lake Backer's been nice. Like Tyler Zuber's gotten some big outs for them. Like Pete Fairbanks has been terrible. Like what's his name? John King before winning the injured list was good. Snarty had fun stuff. Bender had good stuff. Those guys have all even been on the injured list, and they're still finding ways to get guys out every single night. Tyler Phillips has gone from the bullpen to the rotation. Is good enough most of the time. He got rocked. Got rocked in one start, but besides that, it's a fastball to slider and a changeup that's like really useful. Like Owen Casey was having a really nice 2 months before just going on the injured list. Like Heriberto Hernandez is smacking the crap out of the ball. Griffin Conine is as well. Joe Mack has like completely saved them defensively in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Javier Sanoa is like doing his best, like old school, like Joe McEwen, Chris Woodward. He's just an awesome utility guy who just does something impactful every single day. Like they just play really good baseball every single game.
Super interested to watch their second half. Because now we've seen a great first half. I want to see even more. Like, let's see who's actually going to stick.
And it seems like they're not trading Sandy. So if you roll through the second half, Sandy, Yuri, Max Meyer, like that's a really, really good three. Like you can
do it.
You can win every series you play, like in terms of like a 3-game set in the regular season, and then like you get to a wild card, you're going to make someone very uncomfortable with those three guys on the mound.
I hope they add. I just don't know who that's going to be.
I think they will add. I think they're going to look for a reliever and a bat that are going to be as cheap as possible. I think they'll find that, and I think it'll help.
Cool, yeah, but I think they're an obvious A+.
Obvious A+. Same with the Milwaukee Brewers. Resounding A+.
A+. I mean, they're just so ridiculously good. And we talked about it coming into the year where, whatchamacallit, their over-under was so low. Like, we couldn't believe it. It was like almost 500,
84,
I think.
Yeah, 84.5.
We're like, this team won the most games in the league last year. That was like a classic dummy not knowing Brewers thing because it's like, oh, they traded Freddie Peralta. How are they going to be better? And it's like, well, look at this team. It's a very good baseball team. And I think they're more in a position now than they have been because we're seeing more growth and development out of their other young guys where they can compete in the National League now. I do believe it. I think they're a World Series contender.
I think they will be if they can get over this weird injury hump that they're hitting again midseason where the Kyle Harrison sore elbow, forearm strain, that should terrify Brewers fans because he's been such a massive piece of their first half. And I do not like this little bad momentum of Jacob Mizrachi information and news.
Yeah, don't love that.
I don't like going to skip the All-Star game. I don't like then skipping his last start before the break on Sunday when they were looking at being swept and eventually did get swept. And I don't like that they've already said he's not pitching the first 3 games out of the break.
Yeah.
He's the guy that they were very careful about his workload last year, but he still got himself to like 120 innings across all levels and the postseason. So it felt like the training wheels would be totally off the season from a workload standpoint. But he's over 110 already, and they know they have a playoff race, and he still usually starts every 6th day instead of every 5th day. So strange situation brewing right now, but they need these guys all pitching at peak level to actually stand up to the Dodgers, and they're going to have to try really hard to make that happen.
But yeah, still an A+.
Oh, massive A+. Like, they're just so good. Even without those guys, here comes Shane Drone and Brandon Sproat and Chad Patrick and Robert Gasser. Like, they'll be fine.
Logan Henderson.
Logan Henderson's back. He's going to pitch like a 2 the rest of the year. They just have to get all those guys healthy and functional by the time the NLCS happens.
The worst ERA in their bullpen right now is Jared Koenig, who's got a 9 ERA and 9 appearances. Like, everyone's got a sub-4 ERA. Most guys have sub-3s. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, like McGill was cold to start the season. He's been on fire for like 3 straight months
Uribe.
now. Ashby is awesome. Grant Anderson, Yoho is like has crazy stuff, and he's pitching like low leverage for them. Like they're really good, and they're going to continue to be really good. I want those guys to be on the same page when the playoffs start.
Man, they could really use Freddie Peralta right about now.
He's available if they want him. Minnesota Twins.
I gave him an A.
Playing good ball.
I don't know how in the world they're doing it.
Respect
But they're
the Twins.
They're 500 and they're in the playoff hunt. That's an A for a team that I thought was going to be in the debate for the worst team in baseball.
No, they're better than that. Again, it's a
I
lot
don't
of
know
it's
if they're playing better than that. I don't know if talent-wise they are.
I think talent-wise they are better than that. The fact that they have right now 2 very good pitchers, the steps Taj Bradley's taken forward. Larnack, when a righty's on the mound, he's a menace. Jeffers is good. Josh Bell, your boy. Cody Clemens, Royce Lewis looks like there's going to be second half breakout coming. Keishel's righted the ship. Buxton will come back. Brooks Lee has just become a pest in like the nicest way possible.
14 home runs.
That's what I'm saying. Like his future definitely is not at shortstop. They still have to figure that position out defensively on an everyday basis. But it's a lineup of guys that take quality at bats, and they're very annoying. They pitch decently well. The bullpen has kind of come together between Gomez and Andrew Morris. Morris has been nice. Like you have, in terms of grading on the AL Central curve, like this is an A team.
It's kind of cool to see that these are a bunch of guys in the starting lineup outside of Byron Buxton who kind of came into the season without a job. Yeah. And they're earning their job now, which I think is something cool that we see sometimes from these teams that surprise you is not being given the opportunity, having to earn it does make a difference sometimes.
100%. It's very differently. Next up is the New York Mets.
Talk about a team that has been given everything and doesn't earn it at all. The New York Mets are the biggest F. There's no bigger F in baseball than the New York Mets.
No, it's a board on third base kind of team. They've been a disaster. Injuries have hurt, but the Freddie Peralta step back, every single offseason acquisition by David Stern is not being even close to functional, which is crazy. They just suck. They don't play inspired ball. They play bad ball, actually, on a daily basis. Poor fundamentals, poor mentality. Really big saving grace that they have two rookies who are probably going to come in top 5 of the Rookie of the Year voting, but still, even
actually,
with that.
they have 3.
Yeah, 3. Oh, I forgot about 3. Nolan McLean, yeah. So they're probably going to have 3 of the top 5. They really, no team in baseball more so needs J.J. Weatherall to roll an ankle more than the Mets to try and get that comp pick. Just need them to miss 2 weeks so one of those guys can take the Rookie of the Year spot because we need that comp pick so bad. But the Mets are a resounding F, like Mark said, and one of the only true sellers this whole deadline.
Yeah, no, they absolutely stink. Being 16 games back in the NL East, 12 of the wild card. Oh my God, it's so bad. They don't have 400 runs. They're like, it's them, the Giants, the Reds, the Padres. Like, the most anemic offenses don't have 400 runs. The Mets fucking stink. F.
No, the Mets have gotten boat raced by the Nationals this season.
Crazy. Embarrassing.
Next up, kind of a difficult grade, the New York Yankees.
I'm giving the Yankees a C.
I was going to give them a B because they're playing well, and they're another team that's been decimated by injuries.
Yes, having Aaron Judge out has shown the weaknesses of this team, but if you lost your best player on any roster, you're going to be worse, obviously,
100%.
Especially when that player is Aaron Judge. But the fact that this division, they're not even in first place, I can't give you a positive rating for that, no matter what. The Rays are playing incredible baseball, but being the best team on paper and not being in first place right now, it's pretty unacceptable. I think C might even be nice. I think some Yankee fans might be like, this is a failure so far.
Well, we can't ask about fair Yankee grades to Yankee fans because they are completely disillusioned. But there hasn't been a single day this season where Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, and Max Fried have been in the rotation together.
Oh, yeah, they have major injuries, but like I'm not thinking like a sane person.
That's insane. I'm giving them a B for that reason, especially because like the Ben Rice, Cam Schlittler breakouts are completely and utterly saving this team. Like Ben Rice has been the only guy that's really showed up on a day in, day out basis since Judge has gone down. He has a little swoon, but anytime the Yankees win a game and play well, it's because Ben Rice has an extra base hit or a home run that kind of set the tone. And like Weathers has kind of hit a wall lately. Will Warren has not been as good for the last 2 months he was for the first 2 months, but it's impressive that the Yankees have stood up to all of their best players getting injured in a very short period of time. And it's just very hard to accurately place them somewhere when we have no knowledge of if or when Judge comes back.
Do you think there's a world where they trade Jazz?
No.
You don't think that there's like a major league player swap for swap of just like, I'll give you our guy, you give me yours, and it's a net positive for both?
No, because Jazz right now is at the position of the greatest weakness for the Yankees. He's an infielder.
Second base, yeah, no, I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like they need if they get rid of Ryan McMahon, Jazz goes back to third. Like they can't really swap him or do anything with him. I think next season is probably Volpe's spot at second base, and they probably figure out what to do at shortstop otherwise. And Paul Goldschmidt's gone like 2 weeks without a hit. Like I think if they got the report that Judge was out for the season, maybe they would lightly consider that. But if Aaron Judge is healthy on October 1st, you should be buying because you could still win the World Series with this staff and him.
Of course. Just don't let him catch a fly ball in center field.
No, that's why I'm still giving them a B, just because I'm shocked they're basically have already clinched a playoff spot without any of these guys.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies.
I give him a B. I think the second half being with Don Mattingly is a resounding A+. But
I'm giving him a firm A.
I think that they're a B just because still at the end of the day, like they're making up a lot of ground. They've played really well of late, but not being in first place is unacceptable for the Phillies. They want to be a first place team. They're not in first place yet.
Yeah, but the curve on the Phillies is that they were one of the worst teams in baseball through a month,
Yes.
And now they've been basically the best team in baseball since that happened.
Oh, yeah, totally. And that's why FA put them in B.
I'm giving them an A. Amazing team. The top of the order has come together well. Brandon Marsh has cinched a lot of that up. And like Christopher Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo, Zach Wheeler. Like I don't want to face those guys.
No, I think they are the best team in the National League East.
Yes, they definitely are. And we've kind of been, we've been on top of that with what we think of the Braves so far. But I give this Phillies team a lot of credit for keeping this window open, turning it around.
Yeah, for a team that's shown so many times they have no dog, they've shown a little dog this year.
Lots of dog. Pirates up next.
Pirates, I gave, where is it? A B+.
Just for hanging around?
Just for being above 500, pitching without Paul Skeens being at his best, and you're above 500. The offense has been the best offense, I think, in Major League Baseball. I think they're tied with the Nationals for the most runs in the entire league. Didn't see that coming.
No.
I think the Pirates front office did a great job with the offense. The bullpen's a major problem, but they can make moves. This team can make moves and just automatically become a real playoff team. And then once you get to the playoffs, if you're the Pirates, that rotation, I don't want to run into it. Jared Jones looks awesome.
Pirates second in team OPS, only behind the Dodgers. Second team WRC plus, only behind the Dodgers. That's why they played the last 6 weeks without half of their starting lineup. Not half, a third of it.
O'Neal Cruz has been hurt. Connor Griffin's been hurt. They're missing
Spencer
a lot
Horwitz.
of guys. Yeah,
Spencer Horwitz been out. You can't forget about Spencer Horwitz. Damn
can't
it.
forget about him.
Esmeralyn Valdez. If you guys aren't keeping track with what Esmeralyn Valdez has done over the last month, he's been like the best hitter in baseball.
Former Red Sox, if that's correct, right? Another guy that Breslow's traded away.
I don't believe so. You're thinking of N. Manuel.
Oh, is that who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Okay.
Esmeralyn, he was signed out of from
cool.
the Pirates International. You know what his nickname is in Baseball Reference, Esmeralyn?
No, what is it?
The Magician.
Oh, that's a great nickname.
Great nickname.
Awesome nickname. Wow, I did confuse him with Emmanuel Valdez.
It happens. You got to get your E. Valdez's right. But Esmeralyn Valdez has been up for a month. He came up originally when there was an injury. He went 2 for 10 with 8 strikeouts, went back down, came back up. He's almost at 60 batted ball events, which is the line where batted ball, quality of contact metrics start to stabilize. He's got a 30% barrel rate and a 55% hard hit rate.
It's crazy.
It's disgusting. He's running almost a 40% strikeout rate, and it does not matter because he connects with the baseball. Goes a long way. He's been hitting cleanup for 2 straight weeks now. They're going to have to find a spot for him when everyone comes back because you just can't take him out.
I love seeing a 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but it's a 3-run home run.
That's exactly who he is. And for a team right now that, again, they have a Nationals level bullpen almost at the moment. So they need things to go well. And getting him to be a massive breakout guy, O'Hearn is awesome. Jake Mangum is the guy everyone wants on their baseball team. It really came true at the end of the day. Brendan Lau's been great. Nick Gonzalez has 280 batting average out of nowhere. The Jacob Gonzalez trade is interesting as well. I think that's at least, if you're an elite executive that's completely handcuffed by your owner, it's a fun risk to take.
Definitely.
And Skeens, Jones, Ashcraft, E. Keller. If Bubba Chandler ever wakes up, maybe Bubba Chandler should get to the bullpen for the end of the season. But
Bubba Chandler out of the bullpen in the playoffs for multiple innings? Ooh, stop it.
Maybe Bubba Chandler next week out of the bullpen because they have no one else out there. And then it just sucks what happened with Connor Griffin.
Yeah, it absolutely sucks. But he could be back if they make a run.
Yeah, again, but they're saying at first it was 4 weeks and they said 8. So it looks like beginning of September, which is ass.
We'll see. But yeah, I think it was a good year for the Pirates.
Yeah, B+. I'm with you on that. Next team up, we have the San Diego Padres. And I think this is one where me more than you get accused of being a Padres hater.
Yes.
I feel vindicated after this first half from hating this team.
Of course, you should.
They look awful day in, day out. I don't have confidence in this team to get it together to make a playoff run. I have
worst vibes ever.
I have no confidence in the lineup. I have no confidence in their rotation. I don't have any confidence in Tatis and Machado are now hitting again, so I have confidence in that element of their team, but they have no salvation from my perspective right now. I think that they actually, truthfully, and I've seen this floated recently, they should be the team. They should trade Mason Miller.
Ooh.
You are not going anywhere this year with your team the way it's set up. And you have 3 other relievers where if you do get hot, and if you get Major League or near Major League ready pieces back, that should not be a consideration. That should be a goal of this trade deadline.
They should trade Mason Miller. Damn.
Really
know what it is?
Suck.
I wonder if it's a pride thing of we just traded the second best prospect in baseball for this closer. We can't trade him because we're not going to get that back.
Or maybe it's the opposite. You have to cut your losses. Preller is not a guy who thinks the way you just described.
Of course not. No.
His first season as a GM, he traded his whole farm system for a bunch of aging bad veterans. You know what he did the next offseason? He traded them all for less and just reset the whole process. He doesn't care. I would consider trading Michael King. I don't know if he has no trade in that contract, but this team this year is not going anywhere. You should, if you're going to keep this core intact, you should really be trying to refocus on next year, where King might not be on the team and Mason Miller is just, you don't need 7 elite relievers. You can get by with 5 or 6.
What grade are you giving them?
D.
Yeah, I was thinking D too. They're kind of like my Red Sox, Orioles of the American League. Of like, sure, you're kind of hanging around, but I don't really believe it.
And like, is your goal to hang around? Is your goal to compete with the Dodgers? Like, you should want. I think their goal is to win a World Series, and they are so far away from that even being a remote possibility.
The Dodgers sunned them, and they never were the same.
And also, like, giving like Machado that contract, like, people, you always have to think about the personality fits of the guys you're going to make leaders, and he just doesn't really act like one.
He's a dick.
Yeah, he just didn't look ready to play this year. Now he's heating up, but just I don't know where that gets them.
Who's up next?
Next up, San Francisco Giants.
F.
Yeah, F. I mean, they've done better lately. I honestly think they're overachieving based on the talent they have.
You think 41-55 is overachieving? You think 14 games under 500 is overachieving? They're almost 20 games out in the West.
They're a few games clear of the Rockies for the worst record in baseball, and I think their roster is almost as bad. They're terrible. You have Logan Webb fighting with fans online, like Devers and
I give them an
Adames.
F.
Yeah, okay. I'm giving them an F. I guess I'm giving an F too, but like they were built poorly, and it's not. This is just so not a shock at all how bad they are.
You're telling me that Buster Posey couldn't put together a good baseball team? How did no one see this coming?
Dude, this team is terrible. Like, this bullpen every single day. It's like, who's pitching right now?
But James, Buster Posey was one of the best catchers that we've watched. Surely he'd be a good front office guy.
That's true. It makes tons of sense. That's exactly how this
Put
always
microphones
works.
in front of him. Let's see how he answers questions.
God, I mean, it's going to be nice seeing them get a half a haul for Luis Arias. I do wonder how aggressively they try to trade some of these contracts. I think Matt Chapman comes back from injury and winds up being good, but this team's a joke.
Yeah, it's horrible. F.
Total joke. All right, next up, we have the Seattle Mariners.
Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit curvy as well.
I'm going to be mean to them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. F. This is an F for me.
I was going to give them a D. They have such good players, and they have such awful vibes right now. Did you see that Randy Rosarena play on Friday?
That's bad. Like, that's the point where they might, even though it might hurt them right now, it might be a addition by subtraction. You might consider trading Randy or Rosarena when you see that kind of shit.
Or you just trade Luis Castillo because it seems like he's being
He
a little
also
bit.
has got some, yeah.
He seems very bad vibes right now. Very me. Like, watching the Futures game on Sunday, like, I was gawking at Ryan Sloan. Like, that dude's scary on the mound. And then Cade Anderson.
Cade Anderson's probably the third best pitcher in this organization right now.
No, I give him a lot of credit for like re-nurturing Bryce Miller, but now his last two starts, his velocity's gone down. I don't know what version of him you get out of the break. Like Gilbert, I trust. Kirby, I trust. Wu, I still trust. He'll get back on track, but this team should not be in this wild card mess. Like, they should be running away with their division. It's kind of a mess that they're not.
Remember one of my my questions you kind of like going into the season that I had for the Mariners, and you kind of laughed. You're like, what does that even mean? Fuck it. I was like, yeah, you got any dog in you? Like, you're supposed to be the good team. Are you going to step up and prove that you are that team? They have completely crumbled. This team's dogless.
No, Josh Naylor's been weird and bad. That story from Stone Garrett was like kind of creepy and odd.
The Cal Raleigh shit before the season, and then absolutely laying an egg this year. It's like, what did you guys do all year? Julio Rodriguez is obsessed with being a DJ now.
They also keep running Colt Emerson out there, and he's looked like one of the worst hitters in baseball.
Not ready.
And he's up at 20 years old. I don't know why you're continuing to send him out there every single day and possibly hurt his confidence, development, everything. Like, he looks abysmally bad at the plate.
Didn't we do this with another really young Mariners prospect before and see how that worked?
Which one?
Jared Kelnick.
Oh, yeah, jeez. But, I mean, there's just a weird funk about this team, and it's hard to get them past it. And I still look at this rotation and the bones. I'm like, and the bullpen. I want to believe you're going to be one of the best teams in the American League once we get to the playoffs. But they just have to get hot and prove that. It's hard to watch this team and think that is actually going to happen, besides just think about the guys in the roster.
They're in the worst division in baseball, and they are not in first place. It's an F.
I don't even think they're 500.
No, they're not. They're under 500, yeah.
That's terrible. 5 left. St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals, I gave an A. This is a team that we
plus.
thought was going to be one of the worst in baseball, and they're simply not. In fact, they're one of the better teams in the National League this year. They're playing great defense. They're hitting enough. The pitching, again, I don't believe in it, and I think the Cardinals will finish around 500 and miss the playoffs. But this is a capable baseball team. They play good baseball.
Very capable baseball team that doesn't have any egos. They play for each other. I feel like they love being a team. Like, the Jordan Walker emergence, also a very big deal. Like him, Ivan Herrera, J.J. Weatherholt, Alec Burleson. That's a powerful top 4 of a lineup. A top 4 that carries them on lots of days. Like, those are, I think Burleson and Walker are both top 5 in the National League in RBIs. J.J. Weatherholt's one of the highest wins above replacement in baseball. Like, it's
Luke Barr's been playing well since he came back, which is huge.
Mason Wynn's even catching some fire lately, still playing amazing defense. Like, they still give up like a few spots in the lineup every single day, and I'm still curious about if they call up Josh Baez, if they buy or sell at the deadline. But this is a team that is absolutely positively playing ball every single day. I give them a lot of credit for that because a lot of teams don't do that every day.
Put them in the AL Central. They're probably got the best record in the American League.
AL West are running away with it.
Yeah, they have 65 wins at this point.
Tampa Bay Rays.
A+. This is the shout out the state of Florida. A+ is all around for Florida. The Tampa Bay Rays are just playing like the best team in baseball. I don't know I don't know how they're doing it. I still don't. I know it's hero ball by the top 3 guys and consistent pitching, but like
Such a good rotation, dude.
it is crazy. Also, their home and road splits are insane. I wonder what the new Trop's doing to people.
I mean, their home and road splits are always crazy. This year's a bit more extreme. The Rays are 35-15 at home and 21-23 on the road. But
and that 21-23 feels like what I expected of the Rays, which is why anything above that, and then being the best team in the American League, major A+.
Dude, bottom line, 5 days a week they're getting good pitching.
Yes.
Like Raz, Jax, McClanahan, monsters.
Just shows you.
Ian Seymour's been fantastic. Nick Martinez has been fantastic. Like this, and really cool low-key trade they made last deadline, trading one of their comp picks to the Orioles to get Brian Baker, who's blossomed for them as a closer. Like, you kind of go into every season not knowing who's going to close for the Rays. I still didn't even think Brian Baker was going to be the one who got that shot. And he's been great back there.
You're like Griffin Jax, yeah. And then you were probably like, Sada if he's healthy.
Yeah, right. And he hasn't even been healthy. He hasn't even been there. Jax was terrible as a reliever. Now he's a great starting pitcher. Like, they just still operate in a different plane than most other teams. And 5 spots in the lineup every single day, 6 spots in the lineup are useless every single day. And it just doesn't matter because the other 3 guys are 3 of the best 10 hitters in the American League.
I hope it lasts. I'd love to see them take the division from the Yankees.
I just love Junior Caminero. He's become like such the casual fun choice for like favorite player in baseball.
Yeah. And Jonathan Miranda and Yandy just mash as well.
Never stop. Now a team that I just hate, but I have to give them a lot of credit, the Texas Rangers.
You have to give them a lot of credit? I'm not giving them...
They're in first place. They're above 500. What can you say? And they've done the whole thing without Corey Seager.
I mean, I guess when you think about it that way, it's probably more of a B than a C. I was just going to give them a C because I'm just like, whatever. I don't care.
I was going to give them an A because of all the things I just said. They're in first place, above 500 without their best player.
But they're terrible.
Yeah, they are, but not really. Like, even Langford's barely played this year. Like,
They've dealt with injuries. There's no doubt.
Jacob
deGrom is also definitely about to go down, it seems like, if he hasn't been put on the IL already.
No, it's like a hip or a knee. I think he's fine. Like, Nathan Eovaldi's been great as well. Like, they just, again, don't really respect it, but I give them a lot of credit for going out there and playing ball every day.
See, they're a 500 team. I thought they were going to be a 500 team.
Yeah, but their division's so bad, I'm curving them up to an A.
All right, that's fine. We can disagree.
Yeah. Next up, 2 left. Toronto Blue Jays.
I gave the Blue Jays a harsher grade than the Orioles and the Red Sox. I gave them an F. I think this is a disaster season by the Blue Jays. And yes, they've also had the injury bug hit them quite a bit. But the fact that you came in as one of the favorites in the American League and you've laid such a stinker, they can redeem themselves. There's a lot of time and they're still very much in it. But at this exact moment, if you're a Blue Jays fan and it's anything but an F, you're not a good fan.
I was going to say D just because, again, I think they were overrated coming into the season because of how last year ended. Like, they were an obvious regression team. And I think we're at fault for that too. I think even just giving them the credit, we put them very high in our preseason rankings. I think they were the first or second ranked team in the American League for me. But when you looked at the amalgamation of players on this roster, there were lots of ways I could have seen this team underperforming vastly. The one I did not see was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. being bad. That's a weird one, but like, they just still felt like this lineup, there were so many guys that the thing we always hate, that were just hanging out right around 110 WRC plus projection. Easy for them to falter. And then not having the pitching depth to stand up to the injuries. Now Kevin Gausman has kind of taken a weird step. Shane Bieber looks atrocious. I don't know. I still want to believe in this team because of everything we saw last year, but I don't really know if I do.
Where's all the launch angle people? All of a sudden, when Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Fernando Tatis Jr. stop hitting the ball in the air at all, and their numbers go absolutely in the shitter, all of a sudden the launch angle people aren't talking about that anymore.
Well, I will have you know that the Toronto Blue Jays have the second lowest strikeout rate in the league, so they're definitely good offense.
Okay. That's
right?
Yeah, no, that has to be. You strikeouts, that's the most important thing in the game.
No, it is funny though how year to year these things can change, but it's still a good team, kind of, I guess sometimes. But I don't believe this season at all.
No, they need to make some big changes in the second half.
Last up, sad this team came last in the alphabet. Washington Nationals.
I mean, you got to give them an A, right?
How are they? This team's awesome.
This is what we thought the Nationals were going to be last year. We were not wrong just early.
That's what you thought. Camera went off too hot in the room. But that's what you thought. That's what you thought Nationals was going to be last year. I did not think that.
I thought so, yeah, but not wrong, just early.
Again, team's fun. They still have the most runs in baseball, at least close to it.
They're tied with the Pirates.
Tied for the Pirates for the most runs in baseball. I mean, James Wood looks like he should get MVP votes. CJ Abrams, monster step forward. Luis Garcia is closing the first half on such a ridiculous hot streak. Is like kind of unbelievable.
20 home runs, 16 doubles, 68 RBIs, 871 OPS. That's better than some of the first basemen in the All-Star game.
I want to see the leaders he's third in baseball in RBIs.
That's crazy.
Jordan Walker, Jordan Alvarez, Luis Garcia, Ben Rice, CJ Abrams.
God, they're so good. Like
James Wood, out of the leadoff spot, is 13th in baseball in RBIs.
they just score runs. And when you do look at this team, I don't know how they're doing it, but they are.
I don't know how they're doing it. They're still mashing. Like, I'm really impressed with what they've gotten out of Curtis Meade this season. He looks like an incredibly capable full-time baseball player.
He's no longer platoon. He's playing every single day at third base now,
Yes,
right?
playing every single day, middle of the lineup. Again, Dylan Cruz is still just hanging out, not getting it. Dalen Lyles had a bad season relative to what he did last year, but he's still a fun guy in the lineup. Nasim Nunez, for all the old heads out there talking about the game's ruined, watch Nasim Nunez play. Can't hit a lick.
Don't
runs
watch
the
his
bases
strikeouts.
well. Don't watch that at all. But slaps a single, steals second base, plays great defense the following inning. That's a beast right there.
That's kind of the interesting thing that they never bring up is like that archetype of player can work, but he has to be stealing every single time he gets on first. And for Nasim Nunez, he's gone on first like 70 times this year, and he stole 34 of them. So
and or playing great defense. Like Nasim
Yes.
Nunez has one of the best pure gloves in baseball. He's been playing middle infield for them almost every single day without hitting. And Foster Griffin's nasty. Kay Cavalli step forward. Andrew Alvarez, really nice transition to the rotation.
yeah, I'm interested to see what they do at the deadline. Probably nothing.
Probably nothing, maybe soft sell, but I would love to see them buy a reliever.
Would be cool. Be nice.
Yeah.
And
Good
that's
team,
it. Yeah, those are our grades. Nice little hour of baseball talk for you guys during the All-Star break. Let us know in the comment section down below who we underrated. Subscribe to the Windup over here on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the content. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draftneck Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.